Good afternoon, Bradenton and Kiwanis. My name is Andrew Miner. I am your president-elect. Neil Unruh is on vacation this week. Welcome to the club. It's great to see you. Thanks for being here. A special welcome to all our guests in the audience. I'd like to ask Mike McCoy to bring our invocation today.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for this club and its members and the service they do for the community. Thank you for our guests today and for the folks that served our food. Thank you for this food and for all our blessings. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. All right, so first I'm going to go off script a little bit for our announcements this morning. As you can see in front of me, we had a big day at the County Commission meeting. We were able to make the full donation for the Bradenton Kiwanis Park playground at Tom Bennett Park. So every one of yourselves to give yourselves a hand of what we did today. It was an exciting moment in the county commission chambers. All the commissioners were very excited about the club. They were very complimentary of what we've done over the years, naming a few things to be, in fact, the State Road 70 we were a big part of, the building of this building we're in right now. So being a Bradenton Kiwanian has always been important the last 100 years, and this is going to put our stake in for the next 100. So thank you so much for your support of this project, and be sure to pat Neil in the back when he gets back, or any member of the committee that was part of designing and creating this playground. It's a really great accomplishment for all of us. With that, I'm going to call up Mike Baer for community service.
Thanks, Andy. Good day, everyone. Yeah, that was a great morning to be able to see a huge check like that, right? Get written to the county. That doesn't happen all the time, but it was a fantastic morning. Thank you all. We've got, I want to show my appreciation as community service chair to thank everybody for coming out the last, month. We've had a lot of busy times. We've been packing food. We've been showing up for different events. This last one, and then I was gone for the fishing tournament, but Jay, that went very well over there, I heard, right? So good. That was a couple weeks ago. Stephanie's house. I love the pictures. Judge Smith, you with Stephanie over there, that picture was amazing. And just to be able to hand over, the keys to a new house, we had a lot to do with that. So thanks for anyone that did show up for that. I've been asked to make an announcement that tomorrow night at 6:30, the Satellite Club is holding their meetings, and it's at the Marauders game. So if you want tickets, they are free. You just need to see Alex Garner for those tickets. I've got his number, or you can pull it up on Portal Buzz. But again, that's the Satellite meeting tomorrow for the Marauders game if you choose to be there. Thank you very much. Thanks, Andy.
Sharon, do we have a membership committee update? Thank you so much. Do we have an update from the foundation? All right. So we're also going to be working with governance, hopefully to have the slate of officers for the board for next year at the next week's meeting. We'll make those announcements. Also, I put an email out to all of the committee chairs. We're working on next year's budget, so I'd really appreciate it if you could send me in your budgetary numbers of what you think you're going to be needing for next year. With everything we're doing for the playground, our budget for next year may be a little bit tighter than in other years, so we want to get started early on that process. So I really would appreciate it if you can get your numbers in to Dave Grantham prior to June 15th. So I'll keep reminding you for the next couple of weeks. But we really need to have that income in. So I'm going to let you get back to your fellowship, and we'll be back to start the program shortly. All right, welcome back. John Mullis, if you would come up and give us the introduction to our guest, please.
Thank you, Andy. Good afternoon, everyone. When I read your name, please stand up so we can give you a big Kiwanis welcome. So the first guest we have is Lisa Ulrich, guest of Sharon Barhorst. We have Tony DeRusso and Scott Salvaggio from the new hotel. Jess Cruz, guest of Sharon Barhorst, and I'm assuming George as well. Eileen Hoffner, guest of Dale Hoffner.
Hey, Eileen.
There's Eileen. Talha Sadiq, guest of Kirsten Tronk and a potential new member. And Eddie Beauchamp, guest of Karen Holbrook. All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you for all of our guests who came today. If you'd like to become a member, please see Sharon on your way out to pick up an application. We have a great time here. We do a lot of great community service items, so love to have you be a member. On to our speakers today. We're really excited to have Anna Pohl from the Bradenton Area Convention Center come and talk to us today. Anna has an MBA in Business Management and a BFA in Fine Arts from the University of Texas. Anna is a general manager of 3 venues at the Bradenton Area Convention Bureau's Bureau, operates and manager of the group sales team, which brings sports tournaments and meeting conferences to this destination. She's honored to be part of the tourism industry in Bradenton and is always excited to promote this amazing place we call home. Anna is proud of being the wife of Sean Powers, fellow Kiwanian, and looking forward to becoming her own member of Kiwanis, so we're really excited. Come on up, Anna. You're welcome.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm just going to explain a little bit about the Convention Center and what we do at the Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. So first of all, I think it's just important. Sometimes people don't realize what we do. We have several areas of responsibility. And first and foremost, we are to promote Manatee County throughout the world through our marketing efforts. We also happen to be the division that handles Bradenton Area Arts and Culture, Bradenton Area Sports, and Bradenton Area Film Office. So we're quite busy. And a division of Manatee County Government. We manage 3 venues. That sets us very much apart from all other tourism bureaus within the state of Florida. We're the only ones that do that. We have the beautiful Powell Crosley Estate behind USF. Anyone been there? Oh, good. Good, y'all are familiar. We have the Premier Sports Campus. That's out in Lakewood Ranch. Coming up in June, we have the Super Copa that's going to be there. That is an international competition. We're expecting about 17,000 people coming to that tournament, and we're really excited. We also manage the Bradenton Area Convention Center, and I'll go into that a little bit later. Now, a lot of times people ask, why is it important that you are a tourism bureau that also operates venues? It creates a very unique competitive advantage. We are a one-stop shop. So you can come see myself, see some of the team, and say, hey, I want to do a big convention, a big sporting group in Manatee County. And we say, sure. And we can walk you through the process. We can promote your event. We can have you meet area hotel partners, attractions, all of the arts and cultural groups, and really help explain why this community is so wonderful. We also can say, hey, what is the economic impact that this big, large group could bring to Manatee County? And if it's significant, we can then offer a sponsorship to really entice them in coming here, which is very important. And our clients love it. They say it's so much easier than working with all kinds of different organizations who may not be communicating in the same manner. So with all of this group business that we bring, we are really, really trying to grow it. Right now, because Manatee County has amazing and beautiful white sandy beaches that we all love, our leisure market is really, really high, and it'll stay high, I'm quite sure. Sports, we're hoping to increase that over the next few years to closer to 20% of the visitors that come here to Manatee County. And then once the convention center undergoes its renovation and its expansion, that should also increase quite a bit. We're thinking the high teens, and this is quite important. It creates diversification. It also creates business in the off seasons. So many times our hoteliers, our restaurateurs, and other businesses are needing business in the summer months, sometimes in some of the really cold parts of the winter, and then we can bring conferences in to handle that time period and then make the economy even better. And just so y'all see it in the visual, these are the venues that we operate. Now, back to the convention center. Really, the few items that are the most important about the convention center that we have that make us a really special place is, first and foremost, it's by the beautiful Manatee River, and everybody loves that. They love to be able to go over the bridge and do different things and see the water in Florida. It also, for easy access for all the people that may come to conventions, meetings, sporting groups, it's really close to lots of interstate highways, quite important. And even more important, it's right next to the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport and very close to the Tampa International Airport. That brings more tourists, more groups into our city and area. Now, first and foremost, what I need to say is thank you, Kiwanis, because without you guys, we would not have gotten the $500,000 of seed money that made the convention center possible in what it is today. It has a really great and long history with many, many people contributing to it to make it an amazing place in Manatee County. And over its lifetime, it's held over 3,500 events so far. I thought it was important to show you guys that this is the current floor plan or layout of the convention center. And it's great. I'm sure many of you have been to graduations there, expos that perhaps one of the chambers has put on, or other types of events. And we have a great center hall. That is the part that's in orange. And for future conventions, this is perfect for all of the trade show booths that are set up that you can participate in doing business with. Then to the bottom area, a little bit over to the right, that is our conference wing. And we have really great spaces that can be used at conventions for educational sessions, breakout sessions, continuing education sessions, that type of thing. But we're missing two very, very important factors. First and foremost, we're missing a multi-purpose room or ballroom, because you need a place to have all of these people coming, eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we just don't have it right now, but we're going to. And secondly, we're going to have a hotel connected to us. And meeting planners throughout the country require that, or they just won't come to a convention. Here's another layout so you can see it. And this one shows that this is the expansion. And the yellow part, kind of on the top right, that is the multi-purpose room. It'll fit about 800 people. If you really squeezed it in, 850-ish, and that's great. There is actually about 36,000 square feet of space we're adding, because most importantly, we have walkway paths that are climate controlled and enclosed that will connect the convention center over to the hotel that'll be just to the north of us, if you can kind of see that white path. This is a requirement for almost all meeting planners, especially in the corporate and association business. And association business are the types of meetings you have. All of you probably belong to a profession. So it could be your plumbers association, your hairstylist association, your lawyer association. And all of those groups have statewide meetings and national meetings. That is a big part of the business that we'll be attracting. And they all require that little walkway. That's another diagram. And what's important to note in this one, you'll see at the top that is the new hotel that is being built right now. And what makes our spaces very special is we have 3 areas that you can go into the outdoors and enjoy beautiful Florida, enjoy this weather that we love, and it will really make some interesting events. For instance, we've thought about boat shows outside, gala nights outside, keynote speaker addresses outside, great activation areas. Now, with this expansion, we're going to be mimicking quite a bit of the look and the feel of the hotel. So it looks like one continuous space, so that when people come, they feel like they're in the same style building. It's a great flow and a great feeling for everyone that comes here. And we've got beautiful windows on the outside of the pre-function space, or that's the lobby space, looking at some of the ponds y'all already know. Here's another view. This is from Haven Boulevard, too. You can see the hotel sticking up in the back, and this is one of the outdoor plazas. We could even tent those in the future and have really cool events. These are some of the conceptual drawings of what the interior of the expansion should look like. The first image is what some of the lobby space and the walking corridor that's climate controlled will look like. And the next 2 is some of the ideas of what the multi-purpose room shall be as well. And we're really trying to evoke a natural feel, a feel of the water, a feel of our great history here in Manatee County. These images are of some of the renovated spaces. And for many of you that have been at the Convention Center, especially y'all were just there, thank you, at the gala event, the third image over is the lobby and how it's reimagined and redesigned. So it's very much more of an upscale feel. The center picture is our center hall. And as y'all know, we have lots of bleacher seats so we can do amazing theater-style seating, which is still going to help us be quite competitive out in the market. Not all convention centers have that, but now we can pull down shades and hide them and have a really clean, lined look, and that is what meeting planners are looking for. We're going to go into the Convention Center Hotel soon, the Palmetto Marriott. Tony DeRusso of In Development Partners, one of the hotel owners, is going to be able to talk about it quite a bit. But what we're so excited about is creating a lot of jobs in the Bradenton area. So we have about 230 jobs with construction and 250 once the hotel is open. And we are thrilled to say that Aimbridge Hotels is the management company that we will be working with. They are the largest in the entire world. And what that means to us is that they also work with other hotels in the area. So if we have a really, really big event, we can also depend on some of that staff, if needed, to come and help us out. So it'll be a really smooth and seamless operation. And just to point out a few things, what we're excited about mostly with the hotel is that it has 252 sleeping rooms, which are very much needed, and they will also have some spaces for breakout sessions, other types of events that need to happen with the convention, so that we all work together to bring these great conventions and conferences to the area. What I want to discuss the most is our main objective, and that, of course, as y'all are hearing, is that we really want to increase the direct economic impact in the community through these new conferences, trade shows, conventions, also larger sporting events. Whenever we're going to sports trade shows right now, everyone's starting to hear about this and they want to bring more. Cheer, dance, jiu-jitsu, mat sports, it's quite exciting. Before we started looking at really focusing in on this expansion, we did a survey with North Star Meetings, and they are really the organization that handles what is the best practice for meetings and events, and asked them to send this survey to quite a few meeting planners throughout the country. And we were told we got phenomenal responses, really high percentage numbers, which are almost unheard of, but really good that we got. So it shows that this convention center expansion and renovation was needed. The most important is that 82% said that it was important for us to have this exact type of layout. So we have really thought this through and done a lot of research with Research Data Services, and we know that right now our annual direct economic impact with the conventions that we have is a little bit over $6 million annually. But once this whole project is complete, that'll be over $18 million annually. And what's even more important is that we know the first-time visitors that come to these meetings and conferences will come back a little bit over 70% of the time, usually within the next year. This is really great. This drives even more money into our economy, and it should be really, really great for us all to see. Interestingly enough, for the leisure visitor, at the first-time ones, they come back about 94% of the time after their first visit. So we have a really good tourism economy where people come back and are repeating all the time. This is our competitive set. And what's important about this is that our convention center is located pretty much right in the middle of the state. And this is really good for the Florida Association business because most of the attendees like to drive to these meetings. So they can drive from Tallahassee, they can drive from Miami, and it's very, very convenient and easy to get to. What also helps us is we're by a beautiful beach. They can come to the conference, then bring their families with them, and stay at the beach for a little vacation. And our main competitors will be Daytona, Lakeland, and Palm Beach. We also are targeting some partnerships with Ambridge hotels and convention centers outside of the state of Florida. Two that I personally visited were Myrtle Beach Convention Center and Lancaster County Convention Center. We know that conventions often travel to convention center after convention center. And as we grow relationships such as these and others, we know that we can say, hey, convention, if you come to these 3 convention centers, maybe we can work out a deal and maybe we can repeat it over and over again, which is wonderful repeat business. Another thing that we're going to focus on is sustainability. We hear over and over again from different meetings groups, such as Meeting Planners International, that 67% of event professionals book a conference if the Visitors Bureau is focused on sustainability. We have been doing this for some time. We promote to tourists, mostly in the leisure market right now, that you should love it like a local. So love this area, come to our beaches, enjoy these white sandy beaches, but don't mess it up. Be nice to all the neighbors, don't park in their yard, maybe don't have noisy parties, things like that. Leave and come back. So we're gonna continue that with the meetings. Really importantly is that our director, Elliot Falcioni, has really forged an amazing relationship with the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, and they are so kind to us. If you don't know it, it is the fastest growing airport in the world. So we couldn't be happier with this relationship because we work with 11 airlines right now that go to 56 nonstop destinations. Those destinations mean to us at the convention center, these are meetings attendees that can get here. Same thing in the sports world. These are sports participants that can get here. So this is really, really important. And another area we can look at for building this business. We just want to say thank you to you guys, thank you to others in the community. We have received so much positive support. We just can't believe it and are most appreciative. And coming here today to you all, I just want to say, how can you guys help? And truly what that is that if y'all belong to a corporation or to an association, or maybe you go to industry trade shows, see if they want to come here, because it's an amazing area that you probably want to show off. And you can call me up, call anyone over at the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we'd be happy to help you all out. So thank you very much. But I want to just make sure that Tony DeRusso, he is a managing partner and one of the hotel owners of In Development Partners, comes up and talks about his hotel too. Because we can't do this without each other. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Tony's great. We see each other every single day.
Every day. I'm fortunate and she's not. Unfortunately, I think I caused more heartache than anything. But first of all, I'm sorry to disappoint. I did hear that Elliot Falcioni was supposed to be here speaking to you, and I am not nearly as eloquent as a speaker as him. But when I was asked to come and speak to a community of stakeholders that are investing in, in the community and making a difference, the answer is absolutely yes. I do see many familiar faces here and a lot of new ones. I want to let you know from the ownership group, we are fully committed to being active members in the community with y'all. I will tell you, I did come here from Northern California. We just relocated my family here in August, so it's been almost a year ago. I have been coming into this community, however, for about 7 years. So I've gotten to, know a lot of you and really experience. I'm that story that Anna was just talking about the first time here, and I brought my family back within, within a year for a vacation, and then, and then we brought them back another, the next year and the next year, and then eventually I moved my business here, and then I'm like, well, if my business is going to be here, then by and large we better live here, which was challenging when you have 3 boys. One of them just graduated high school this last Friday, so it was definitely a big move, but it's a testament to the area and the territory. So along those lines, let me just kind of take a quick poll here. Can I get a raise of hands from how many people are born and raised in Manatee County? Awesome. How about a raise of hands for those that have lived here for more than 25 years? Awesome. How about 10 years or less? Or, I'm sorry, 10 years or more. 10 years or more. 5 years? And then how about less than a year? All right. I found something very unique about this. I'm fortunate enough that I get to travel all around the country and experience different markets. And I can tell you that it's not an accident that this is one of the fastest growing areas in the country right now. And it's because of specifically what this region has to offer. And I will tell you, I get a lot of questions of like, oh man, you're building a full service Marriott hotel in Palmetto? And I say that with respect, but I can't tell you how many times I've gotten that question, right? Yeah, see? And the answer is well, I came here as an outsider, and I came here from an area that in Northern California specifically that's used to what some people refer to as Slim and Blythe. And I can tell you right now, Palmetto doesn't have nearly the Slim and Blythe that I've experienced. I took over 30 acres in a very rundown area in Northern California that was overcome by homeless encampments. We took it, we completely revitalized it and rebuilt it with a full baseball complex that is operating baseball tournaments, every weekend throughout the country now. I've watched, one of the worst neighborhoods in San Francisco be completely converted to the nicest and most expensive region in San Francisco. So having that mindset, I think, is important to be able to come here, because I can tell you, coming here as an outsider 7 years ago, I fell in love with this community. I fell in love with Palmetto. I fell in love with Bradenton. Hello, Mayor. Good to see you. I fell in love, obviously, with Anna Maria Island. I love all these different assets that are here. Of course, UTC and Lakewood Ranch and the beautiful golf courses, everything that's going out at Port Manatee. You've got the hospitals. We're 20 minutes from St. Pete's. I mean, that's kind of the secret to the story, is how and why we believed in partnering with the county to build a headquarter hotel next to this convention center. Now, we knew that the convention center needed some updating and some expansion. But with really the vision of the leadership here is really a special thing that we as key members, business members in this community, may take for granted. I will tell you, the leadership here does have vision for infrastructure and supports the growth. Like I said, it's not an accident that this is one of the fastest growing regions. And together with what we're doing, and I'll get into a little bit of the details about our resort. It's not just a hotel, it actually is a resort. We will be operating as a Marriott Resort and Spa. We are in the process of officially trying to get that designation. And so we're bringing a really, really special thing. But I would like to just say thank you to the leaders of our community. I know we have a few of them here. We mentioned Mayor Gene Brown. Thank you very much for your service. We have Commissioner Van Ostenbridge, I noticed, was here. Thank you very much for your service, Commissioner. And we have Commissioner George Cruz here. Guys, to have county commissioners and mayors at your Kiwanis meeting, It's not a normal thing for our leaders to be that active and that engaged in what's happening in this community, and that's special, and that's something that I want to be a part of. And the vision that they had for this convention center expansion and renovation is something that we're very, very appreciative of. Because for us to execute on what our mission is and our DNA is to be a leader in the market in everything that we do. Now that's a challenge. All right. Now, when I say leader in the market, I don't just mean this immediate market. I mean in the market of who are the leaders in the region, right? And, I say this with all respect. We will never be a Ritz-Carlton. We'll never be a St. Regis, but we are Marriott Resort and Spa, and the quality of the product that we're going to be delivering is going to be comparable and competitive with those types of properties. So that's kind of what to expect for us. And the cool thing is, we're going to be attached to an expanded and renovated convention center that is also committed to being a leader in the market in the convention and meeting space. Right? We saw the slide out there for 5%. Of the overall tourism is business. We're hoping to change that, and I can tell you we're bringing some top talent to this region in the hospitality industry. We did hire our general manager back in January. He hasn't quit yet, which is a good thing. Trying to drive him hard, but not too hard. His name is Greg. I call him Chaccio because we're Italian, but it's actually Cascio. And then we have Scott Selvaggi, our director of sales, who's been here now for 6 weeks. Guys, these guys are national players when it comes to hospitality. And together with some of their guidance and their leadership and their vision and what we can do with this facility, I'm blown away excited. It's kind of like as things have been coming along with the development of the project and getting the players and getting to sit, and we call it our bat cave. There is no frills to our meeting space in our offices right now, but the creativity that's coming out of there and kind of what we're working at doing is just, again, pinch me, is it real? So with that being said, I'm going to try and fly through this. Obviously, y'all know where we are. We're in Palmetto, Bradenton, Anna Maria Island. And we talked about being centrally located. When we travel, at least when I travel, and I know several other people, when they travel, they like to come into a region and they like to experience everything that region has to offer. I know that you've got your extended stay that may be a little bit different, but like, for example, I just went to New Orleans 2 weeks ago. And when I go to New Orleans, I have to do what? You have to go to Bourbon Street. You have to go to the French Market, right? I had my family with me, so we had to take a swamp tour. So we had to go to swamp tour. Then, I heard that they had the best char-grilled oysters out of anywhere in the country. I'm like, well, we got to try these oysters. Well, that was, again, that was in Mattery, I think is how you pronounce it. Metairie, sorry, I apologize. I'm still learning some of the lingo, Metairie. So we had to drive to Metairie, right, to go get the oysters. When you go to San Francisco, another example, you got to go to Fisherman's Wharf, you got to go to Pier 39, you got to go to a San Francisco Giants game, you got to go to the Golden Gate Bridge, you got to go to Alcatraz. You see where I'm getting at is you want to get out into that region. And right here in Palmetto in Manatee County, we are centrally located to all that the west coast of Florida has to offer, right? So obviously what's here immediately in our region with Palmetto, Bradenton, the beautiful downtown Bradenton with the Riverwalk, but connectivity to Anna Maria Island, you've obviously got everything that Sarasota has to offer, Lakewood Ranch. We can even get up to St. Pete in 20-25 minutes, and then you can see kind of a bigger blown up, version of the west coast of Florida. That's an important story when we're partnering with Anna, when we're trying to change the face of what is coming into this convention center to ultimately drive a better economic impact. They need to see this whole story about what's going on in the region because, again, it's special. And I know because I started as the biggest pessimist of this project. You wouldn't know it by now because I've been converted into one of the biggest ambassadors for not only this project but for this region. But when you get out and you see it, touch it, experience it, and feel it, your mind changes about what's going on here. I've seen it happen over and over again with industry professionals, with political leaders, with investments people, real estate professionals have come and they've touched it, seen it, and experienced it, and they go, wow. I cannot tell you the vocabulary that's been used to describe when they come in and get to see and touch and feel what we're doing. What we are, I think Anna really did a good job of touching base on it. We're a 252-room upscale resort and spa with 6 suites. all being able to offer 1, 2, and 3 bedroom options. We have 10,000 square feet of meeting space. We can fit 540 banquet style. We are attached to a 115,000 square foot convention center. We have a 50,000 gallon resort style pool, which is a 15,000 square foot pool deck. Those numbers don't really do justice until you actually go out and see the size and the magnitude of this resort style pool. We have another 45,000 square feet of outdoor event space. We are building an outdoor pavilion out in front of our hotel. I'll give you a little bit some renderings of that, but that's being built with the structural capacity to handle 50,000 pounds of loading. What that means for all the, the lights, the speakers, I mean, we will be able to accommodate in our pavilion any of the state-of-the-art performers. It's a full 40 by 60 foot stage that we're going to be able to do some really, really cool things with. And that pavilion is actually going to be a very, very special place, actually. Our challenge for our staff is to operate that outdoor event pavilion 365 days a year. Are we going to be there day one? Definitely not, but that is our challenge and that is our goal. Quarterly concerts. We want Super Bowl parties out there. We're going to have ice skating during the holidays. We're going to, do a Christmas tree lighting. We're going to have yoga in the park, all that fun stuff. So it's going to be kind of a central hub, really for Manatee County. And I actually think that they're going to be coming from Sarasota and Pinellas counties as well to come down and see what we have. No, Commissioner? Okay, maybe not. We won't let them in. You have to show your proof of residence to get in, unless you're at the convention center. Just kidding. So oversized guest rooms, 375 square feet on average, and then we are adding a state-of-the-art spa. Who we are, we're going to have a lot of different brands. So we have 4 different food and beverage offerings. We do have Oyster River Rooftop. Our Oyster River Rooftop is programmed phenomenally. You can see a picture of it right over there. It is an upscale dining and lounge experience. It's everything Florida fresh with a Mediterranean twist, with shellfish being our hero, i.e. I needed to go try this char-grilled oyster so that I knew what it tasted like so that we could see if we wanted to do it on our rooftop. We also have the social restaurant, and that's really the place where I actually see a lot of the, the business communities coming here to meet for drinks, to meet for coffee, to come have a lunch, and I see deals being done in our lobby. I know, because as I travel across the country, I make a lot of deals in hotel lobbies and things like that. So we do see that as being part of what we do there. We also have what I'm really excited about is this new identity in our spa. It's called Revive. So it's really a health and wellness program. It does have a health and wellness food and beverage component to it, but it's around just kind of like a holistic approach to health and wellness. So obviously you have your spa, which is going to have everything that you can imagine, from massages and facials, a bridal suite. Hair, makeup, nails. We're going to have hydrotherapy. We're going to have steam. We're going to have stone massage. We're going to have aromatherapy. You see where I'm going? We need to be a leader in the market and everything that we do in, and our Revive Spa is going to be very, very special. We are also working, I mentioned the Oyster River Pavilion. That's our outdoor pavilion. We also are working on beach clubs. We have 3 unique beach club experiences, specific to West Coast of Florida. I'll get into a little bit more about that. And let's see what else we have here. I'm going to try and hurry it along a little bit. I think it's important to understand why Oyster River. Are you guys familiar with the term Oyster River? Good, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. So I saw the hands. You guys are all long timers. I see the history here. So y'all understand Oyster River, but for us it actually means a lot more than it used to be called Oyster River. It's really kind of come into the story of who we are. When you design a hotel, you do a design narrative, and that narrative is really, really an important part of our everything that we do, not just to the look and the feel of the physical things that are in our hotel, but also the experience. And so we're working on a total story that has to do with our design narrative, and our design narrative is pretty simple. It's a geographical territory that's rich in history and ancient civilization, i.e. Native American. It's a community that's always been involved in water and boating. Right, and as you dig into it and you get into the early explorers and things like that, Oyster River is what Hernando de Soto and their explorers referred to the Manatee River as. And it's because, as you all know, that the Manatee River is so rich in oyster beds that their boats would actually get stuck. So for us, it was a way to give us a geographical designation, but also to tie into our story of history and things like that. So Very important for to understand that. You know, we're obviously gonna celebrate the the Native Americans and obviously all the Spanish explorers and expeditions, and we're gonna tell stories in our restaurants and kind of throughout our lobby as it relates to some of the history in the region. Can't tell you how important and how exciting it is to see what's happening next door. Do I wish it was a little bit sooner? Yes, I do. But you know what? The fact of the matter is the county commission approved a $48 million expansion and renovation to this convention center. And guys, that's a game changer for all of us in this room. It's an absolute game changer for us to be able to have that asset. That 5% that Anna showed up would not change without this. So you're going to be, and the direction that was given to staff, I heard it, the direction is to make this convention center match and complement the Marriott Resort and Spa. And what that means is innovative, leader in the market. This type of thing with the convention center, the resort and spa, and all our outdoor event space, this doesn't exist anywhere from St. Petersburg to Naples on the west coast of Florida. Just flat out doesn't exist. We're going to be able to stand alone in the marketplace with this. Where do I point this? Mac, is it right there? There we go. There's more to come. I can tell you we're not done yet. This is part of the reason why I did relocate here. I've got years and years and years of work in front of me. This hotel and the expansions of the convention center is really just the start of what our ownership group really has envisioned for this area. We do own more property. That outdoor event pavilion, you can kind of see that we've got a vision for it's going to be between 20 to 35,000 square feet of higher end retail that we have programmed for the event space. In addition to that, another 7,500 square foot of retail, and then I've got another parcel across 7th Street that there's some long-term plans there as well. So lots of exciting stuff still to come there. Oyster River Pavilion, I think we talked about that. Multi-purpose, intimate venue. It's, again, quarterly concerts, Super Bowl parties. It will have all the rigging for every state-of-the-art event that you can imagine. It does have capacity by code for up to 5,000 people out there. Do I think we're going to get there? Probably not. We have parking issues there. We have, you have all kinds of problems when you get to that level of an event, bathrooms and other sort of things. But we do have the capability of going there if we need to. We talked about the spas, 7 treatment rooms total, bridal suite, manicure, pedicure, hair, nails, hydrotherapy, aromatherapy, steam room, sauna, Zen deck, sun deck. I mean, it's going to be a phenomenal state-of-the-art spa. The name of it again is Revive. I think you'll see in here kind of look and feel. That's the look and feel of the spa that we're building right there. In-ground hydrotherapy, like literally state-of-the-art spa. We are adhering to, you have different design guidelines. We are adhering to the JW spa guidelines. So it's going to be a JW quality spa because that's what we're operating under, because just the Marriott Resort and Spa, believe it or not, doesn't have spa guidelines. I found that out a few months ago. 3 unique beach club locations, all with different unique West Coast of Florida water experiences. So you can see there's the Marriott. We are working with Riviera Dunes on doing a beach club literally across the street. That beach club is a non-swimmable beach. It is right butted up to Belmari Lake, where we would build obviously a beach with beach volleyball courts, a resort style pool. We'd have a lap pool out there, a mini golf course. Then Palmetto Pier is really important. That's where we're planning on kind of launching all of our kayaks and paddle boards and fishing and other types of jet ski rentals, all out of there. I refer to it as Palmetto Pier. It's not officially Palmetto Pier, but maybe someday it'll catch. And then we have 2 different experiences on Anna Maria Island. We will be providing transportation to our resort guests via shuttle vans to Anna Maria Island. And we will be providing both a public beach access as well as a private beach option that we are finalizing some of our negotiations on right now. So 3 unique beach club locations, game changer. Here's some of the programming at Riviera Dunes that we talked about. You can see we've got a 9-hole putting course, a resort-style pool, beach volleyball, bocce ball, roly-boly. I didn't even know that was a thing. Any roly-boly people? When we build it, come over and we'll play. I have no idea exactly how it goes, but that's what we're building. And then an outdoor kind of covered patio. Here's just kind of a blown up. We are very, very interested in Palmetto Estuary Preserve, which is right across the street from the hotel and the convention center. Again, I'm not afraid of Slim and Blythe. I now walk this path at least once a week. I try and make sure that I get out there, but I can tell you the face of that park is changing. And if I have anything to do with it, this will be a park that we will all feel safe and want to be engaged in to experience that kind of west coast of Florida nature preserve, i.e. Robinson Preserve, Emerson Point type of experience, because that's what Palmetto Estuary Preserve deserves to be. And right now, it's not that. So, you know, we're being active and engaged, and I'm telling you that there's been a lot of progress made. There's been some trespassers that have been, you know, very, very politely asked to leave and given resources, but asked to leave. And I will tell you, Keep Manatee Beautiful just had an amazing event. Did you guys hear about what happened on Friday, May 19th? Keep Manatee Beautiful had a riverfront cleanup, and I can tell you they removed over 5,000 pounds of debris. They had over 30 divers that were literally diving in the river and removing, you know, all sorts of things, generators and refrigerators, and I don't know, those are just a few of the things that I heard of. But that waterfront park right there that I've been referring to as Palmetto Pier, that has everything. To me, that is your typical West Coast Florida roadside beach experience. It just isn't fully presented that way yet. And I'm telling you, we're making progress on presenting that as it deserves to be, which is that West Coast Florida beachside experience. And our organization is looking at kind of adopting that shore to take on some of that responsibility, because we understand that keeping it, you know, keeping the landscaping maintained and all that stuff it's a job, and it costs a lot of money, and we're willing to do it because we want to launch kayaks out of there. So the key to our beach clubs is literally activating it with everything that we're doing in the resort. So obviously resort style loungers, cabanas, outdoor furniture, towel service, but it doesn't work without our staff. We need our staff out there, so we need to be able to offer the margaritas and the daiquiris and the things like that. Here's just some more information. We're going to do 6 pickleball courts. We've got the resort style putting course that we were talking about. It's kind of like Pop Stroke meets Augusta, lands in Florida, has palm trees, but a lot of the perennials and things like that's kind of the vision for what that putting course is going to be. So, you know, that's the challenge that we've been given to the designers to make it happen. And I don't know, how am I doing on time, Mac? Am I... Wrap it up. All right. Sorry about that. I was given a microphone, and I can talk all day about this. Obviously, I'm incredibly passionate. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of leave it at that. I am going to introduce real quick, though, Scott Selvaggi. If Scott, can you come up here real quick? Because this is who you guys are probably going to be working with mostly. He is the one who's going to be joining Kiwanis, by the way. I don't know if he knows it yet, but... It will be. I'll make sure that it does happen. So you want to
microphone for a second?
Steal it for a second? I'm done. Sorry, guys.
I knew following Anna and Tony was a bad idea from the start. But I am so happy and proud to be here. At the same time, what was the most important thing that Tony mentioned during his presentation? Besides growth.
When's it opening?
You call me. Don't call Tony, call me. But he did mention DeRusso, Cascio, and Selvaggi. Is that a sanitation? Or is that a law firm? Okay? We will get things done, and, you know, to be a part of this community and to be a part of what Kiwanis is doing is very exciting. For me to be sitting across from Judith Bjork, who, am I right? Judy. We'll just go by Judy. Judy Bjork, who was Judy Costa, right, back in 1977, just happened to walk into this room, and she said, Selvaggi? And I said, yeah. It's like, Frank Selvaggi? Well, Frank's my brother. They both graduated Suffern High School in New York in 1977. So that was pretty amazing, right? And it just shows how God works in like tiny little miracles, right? And so is this place, and so is the area of Bradenton, as well as Palmetto, and we're going to show what it has to offer in the next 1 to 5 to 10 years, and I'm so excited to be a part of it, and thank you very much. And remember, when you want to book your spa day, contact Scott Selvaggi.
Oh, hold up, Scott. Hold up, Scott. You stay up here. All right. As tradition in the Bradenton Kiwanis, and we're really excited about it, in order to measure the future success of both the Visitors Bureau, here's your ruler, and for Tony and for Scott, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
We're a little tight on time, so we don't have time for questions, but I appreciate everyone coming out today. Sorry about your phone. That's a $5 fee. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So thank you very much for coming today. We are adjourned.